Episode 263. Today we're talking about some standouts in yesterday's matchup between Chicago and Vegas. And Vegas was back and forth game, I think, for the most part. There's chances and times where Chicago's looked like they were going to win the game and times where Vegas looked like they were going to take control. I think there were it was really an even game for the most part. I think both teams played well. Obviously, this being a really good Vegas team, it was challenging for the Hawks to try and come back for that. And anytime you're playing a top team in the league, it's really difficult to come back from being down. But what was really noticeable on Chicago's side, Ryan Donato, first career hat trick for him. He was just electric game in and game out, and just throughout the game, and has just been so consistent for them throughout the season. Looks like he's going to hit 30 goals this year too, and just continues to score, continues to battle, continues to compete, continues to create offense. And I think it's just amazing to see when you're talking about a player who isn't traditionally known for that type of scoring ability, especially for his 5-on-5 scoring ability. And the way he's lighting it up this year has been absolutely fantastic to watch. It's really exciting to watch. And I think he's added more layers to his game this season that have allowed him to be able to get better in Chicago. And I think he's kind of transformed a little bit. I'm curious to see if he's able to sustain this effort over time or what he's able to do, but certainly a fun player to watch on Chicago side. I think he's kind of the only outlier in Chicago side that really stood out. I don't think there are too many other guys. I think Ryan Donato with Ilya Mikheyev and Connor Bedard, that trio has been playing really well the last 3, 4 games, and they've played and they've generated offense, so that's also really beneficial there. On Vegas' side, William Karlsson, 3-point game for him, quietly had a 3-point game. I think it often got overlooked just because of the Donato hat trick, but William Karlsson was really effective. And ever since coming off LTIR, coming back to the roster, and with Shea Theodore, because they had to swap Theodore and Carlson on LTIR. Now Theodore is off LTIR too, and he's playing, and he's back. And I think it's going to take a little bit more time for Theodore to adapt as a defenseman, but he should be fine. But William Carlson was really good. Just competitive, two-way center, brings a lot of offense, can play defense, can play in transition, very reliable there. Another guy I really liked was Victor Olofsson, just a sharp shooting machine. Like ever since he was playing in the AHL, when he was playing over in Sweden, like everywhere he's played, he's scored. And everywhere he's played, he scored goals. And he scored at every single level professionally, which also helps. And I think he's just been a key offensive contributor in an underrated way for them. He can be a guy you can rely upon on all four of your lines, really. I mean, he's a guy that plays really well on the fourth line, but he also plays really well on the top line. So you have that nice blend there with him. And also, of course, the experience of playing with Jack Eichel previously. And I think outside of that, Mark Stone had a really good game. He had a 5-hole goal. He had an assist, 3 shots for him, and was generating a lot and was just able to manage the game and manage the tempo a lot of the time really effectively. Pavel Dorofeyev had the go-ahead, which I believe was a 4-3 goal at the time. That would have been the game-winning goal. And he's another sharpshooter. I don't think he's sharpshooter like Olofsson in a sense. I think Olofsson is a little bit more strength in his hands. Dorofeyev's a little bit lankier in terms of how he shoots. And he really has to lean his weight into his shots, but he's got powerful releases and can be fun to watch as a shooter. I think he's also very underrated as a passer, but his shot first mentality is just really intriguing. And again, another type of player you can play up and down all four of your lines in Vegas, which is really unique in that sense as well. And then Jack Eichel, I really like his speed, his transition ability. I think every time he plays against Chicago, he's effective. And going back to when he was playing with Buffalo too, he always seems to generate, he always seems to create, and he always seems to kind of create havoc inside the offensive zone playing against Chicago. So he was really effective as a playmaker in this game, the pass first game, the ability to defer on line rush, the ability to kick out on entries in line rush scenarios. He was just very effective in those situations. And then Noah Hannafin. I've always liked Noah Hannafin against Chicago too. I think I've always noticed him. And this dates back when he was in Carolina, Calgary. And I think he's just always been noticeable. And he's always had decent games, decent puck moving games. And he was really good as a puck mover in this game. Once again, he had an assist and he was just really noticeable. It's not really flashy per se, but he has the elements that you want in a puck moving defenseman. And I think that's what allows him to be able to control the game so effectively. So I think those are some guys who were really noticeable all throughout this game.